This is your first writing question in our YouTube channel, and to transition from math towards writing, we're going to be reviewing data trends and data topics in writing. So we have an example question here. Of course, we don't know the context. All we have is the data table and the answers along with the context of the question. Like the description of the question. So it says Michael swam 2,000 yards on each of his 18 days. The scatter plot above shows the swim time for and corresponding heart rate after each swim. The line of best fitted for the data is also shown. For the swim that took 34 minutes, Michael's actual heart rate was about how many beats per minute less than the rate predicted by the line of best fit. So, in these type of questions, you usually don't need any sort of context. We sometimes might, but in this question, we actually don't. So the first thing we have to pay attention to is the scale at which the graph increases. The more important one in this situation would be the y-axis. So we can see that it goes from 120 to 130 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. And since the difference between 130 and 120 is 10, and it takes 5 steps for the graph to go up to 130, that means that each one of these lines corresponds to an increase of 2 heart rate, or 2 beats per minute. So, for example, if we were to take, for example, this line right here, this would correspond to 130, 132, 134, 136 beats per minute. That's important to note. That's always important to note. So, as you can see, the question is asking for the swim that took 34 minutes, Michael's actual heart rate was about how many beats per minute less than the heart rate predicted by the line of best fit. This is the line of best fit here. And the point that corresponds to that point on the line is this point right here. This point right here, the question is asking how much less is this point right here than this point right here. So this predicted point is 150. And this point is exactly one line lower than that. And as we stated earlier, each line corresponds to 2, which means that this point is equal to 148 beats per minute, which means that the difference between these two is equal to 2 beats per minute, which makes our answer B. Thank you for listening.